out our usual first opening segment for news and spinning. And Jimmy, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, just a quick news. I mean, it's so cool that it's 39 years for this
Yeah.
album. I mean, holy
Oh yeah.
Jesus, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, right.
And does it ever hold up? But just a quick news item I thought was kind of funny. Like I know we're not necessarily total fans, but Ghost released a new single
I
at
saw that.
midnight 2 nights ago,
Yeah.
and they've got 1.9 million views in
Yeah.
about just over 24 hours, almost 48 hours. Like they had 701,000 views in 12 hours. I mean, holy Jesus, like what a fan base. I mean, you can criticize, it's kind of a poppy single. It's called Satanized. It looks like sanitized when you look at it, from the upcoming album Skeleton that's coming out in April. But man, you can Tobias, you can really criticize the whole musical direction of it, but the guy's kind of a genius when he breaks it down. I mean, he knows what he's going after, regardless of whether you like it or not. I mean, this guy sets it up with all the merch and everything else, and
Yeah.
an upcoming tour, and
Yeah.
breaking out the new. I mean, I don't know how it all works with the head guy who's him, but just the way he breaks it out with his fans. I mean, holy shit! It's just it's an event, and have it kind of a pseudo metal event. And these days, this song's pretty poppy, but it's kind of catchy, and
Yeah. It's all right.
whatever.
It's funny. Most people think they will be the only band who will be able, fan-wise, to replace Metallica when they step down.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of whether I mean, I don't like their music at all.
I don't either.
But they're the only ones who are popular enough to even have a chance to do Metallica numbers in the metal scene.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I can't get into them at all. I've
Yeah,
tried.
me neither.
I just don't. I have a lot of friends of mine who love this band and go to every show, but they don't resonate with me for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
I picked up their last album. I mean, it's pretty poppy. Like, I watched an interview with Tobias Forge talking about it being death metal. I mean, like, give me a break here. Yeah. I don't know, just because he has upside down crosses or whatever, he dresses up. But no, I mean, it's pretty poppy stuff, and it's pretty accessible. I mean, that's where he's coming from with this. I don't know much about like the discography going backwards, other than the fact that I did pick up their last album, and it's just, again, it's kind of poppy. I guess you like it or you don't like it or whatever, but I mean, the shtick with it is pretty impressive. Like, I'm just like, holy jeez, this guy thinks of it all. I mean, I think over the summer he had a movie, and
Yep, the movie came out.
it's just one thing after another, selling lunch boxes. Holy jeez,
Well, they're like the Kiss. They're like the new version of Kiss
Yes,
now in a lot of ways.
actually that's a good point. Yeah,
Because they're doing
Definitely.
the same thing. Everything is like brand merchandising. They do it. You name it, they're doing it too.
Yeah.
And I think I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're playing stadiums.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
Madison
full
Square
size
Garden.
state, like not like a football stadium, but a hockey stadium.
Yep.
Yeah. There's not
I
many
think they're
metal
doing, like-
bands who could do that, except for the old guys like Maiden and Metallica.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
they're
that's
like the
true.
only two.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Priest can't do it anymore.
No.
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 No, Priest plays like, large places. It's still got like 30% tickets left, the day it's happening, and that.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm spinning, I got the new Avantasia album.
Oh, I
Here Be
got that too.
Dragons.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Again, this is kind of poppy as well in some cases, but some great guests on it with Tiske. You got Ronnie Atkins, you've got Jeff Tate, you got some good stuff on here, but I've read a lot online. A lot of people are saying it kind of loses its oomph after a little while, but I mean, I really like Avantasia. I was able to, Billy set me up with, to buy some direct stuff through Nuclear Blast. So I kind of brought in a whole bunch of stuff. I managed to pick up their other CD, The Mystery of Time, which is actually pretty cool. It's actually got Biff Byford from Saxon on it. So that's kind of neat. I also picked up the new Robin McCauley
Oh yeah, I saw you posted
Soundbound
that.
album,
Yeah, yeah.
Soulbound album.
How
That's
is it?
really, really good.
You like it?
Kind of a good heavy rock slash maybe kind of metally type thing. I really like it. And then to round things out, I got a couple of good thrash ones. Picked up
Oh yeah, yeah,
Overkill,
that's
The
cool.
Grinding Wheel, Wicked album,
Yeah.
kind of a collection to fill my collection. And I also got the latest Municipal Waste one, which I never
Ooh,
picked
I
up.
love that cover.
Oh, it's a wicked album, and I love the cover. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very nice.
So there's some good stuff on there, and but this Avantasia one's got kind of an interesting one on it. No, it's not that one. It was a different one I got. Had a cover on it for a Falco cover, but I think that was Ed Guy. So,
Well,
but
yeah,
anyways,
Hmm.
no, some new stuff, some good stuff, and Billy, thanks for the tip because
yeah.
I think I broke it down with shipping. These came in under $16 a CD, which
Cool.
delivered to my door in this day and age. Perfect. So the Valentine's Day sale was amazing.
So Jim, you got to get ready because the sale will knock your socks off for Black Friday sale.
Okay, cool. I
So
can't
in
wait.
November they go crazy, right? They put everything on sale.
Nice.
Perfect.
So
Like I'm gonna go. I wish I would have now. Like you said, I think I jumped the gun too quick and placed my order too quick. I should have let it marinate for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I think I would have got another 10 things because going through the website's really cool because you can go through every band alphabetically and it's like, oh geez, I didn't know. I forgot they were on there. I forgot like Testament's even on there, which was kind of cool. I didn't need any of their stuff, but that's pretty neat. You know, a lot of great bands. A lot of great bands.
Nice. Cool.
And that's what I got, guys.
Okay.
Nice.
How about you, Billy?
A couple news items. So Ken, were you going to cover the Testament tour or?
You can go for it if you want. Go for it.
Oh no, if you have it, I'll skip it then.
Okay.
I had a couple things here, so we obviously didn't talk about who's doing what news item. I don't know if you were going to do the Exodus, but I'll go
No,
to
no, no, I wasn't.
then.
Go for it.
Pretty much at the same time Testament is touring, Exodus is going out with a really odd lineup, right? So with Deicide. So I rack my mind. I've been watching like Exodus since the 80s. I don't ever remember them touring with a death metal band before.
No.
No,
I
I don't
guess
think
trying
so.
to broaden the audience, maybe.
Good.
But yeah, tour runs April 27th to May 17th, US only. Pretty much overlaps like with the Testament tour that you'll talk about, Ken. And they're both funny because they're both mini tours. They're like a
That's
month.
right.
Very limited, so I guess they'll do some other dates. I don't know. Another item on the death metal front, I was reading Entombed are back in the studio, so that's
Really?
pretty cool. They have the original two guitarists and the drummer, and so they're there recording. I don't know who would be singing on it.
Oh,
They have a new bass player with them, and they even pulled out that famous like PV amp that
Oh
they
yeah.
for Left Hand Path for this
sweet.
recording. So that's very promising. They posted pics from the studio this week. Well, I don't remember, one day this week. So if you go up and look up Entombed, you'll get all the updates. So
Well, I'll check that out because I didn't know that.
yeah, I know that'd be awesome. Like I only saw that today, just when I was randomly flipping
Interesting.
through stuff.
Okay.
And wood spinning. So I have from Canada. I've
Nice.
been waiting for this. Finally got it last week. So the new, I think we've talked about this before for sure, and we had Gus on in an earlier episode. But yeah, Volume 6, easy contender for thrash metal album.
Yeah.
Easily.
The year.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys agree with me.
Yep.
And then just because Jim was talking and ordering Avantasia, and then Ken, you picked it up. So it made me think, well, I got to go back to the OG.
Oh yeah.
So this
Woo!
is the original one. This thing is where it all started, the original metal opera, and then of course all the power metal bands copied them after, and there were 100 metal opera
Yeah.
things going on. But yeah, this is really cool. I highly recommend folks get this one. You know, all the new ones are cool too. This one
Mm.
also has a bit of a heavier edge too. So I think that's kind of cool. And then the other thing, also in the power metal mode, probably my second favorite power metal album of all time. Not well known over here. This is Heaven's Gate,
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I know.
Hysteria. Like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
not only is it a cool album cover, but these guys can write killer songs. Like, I think it's the equivalent of Halloween and Gamma Ray any time of the day. But they really only have like 2, 3 albums, and it's really just this first one that's a complete masterpiece. But also on guitar here is a guitarist named Sasha Path. And he appears on every Avantasia album. He records, he produces, he sings, he plays, but he also pretty much either produces, mixes, plays on pretty much every major power metal band all through the 90s, right up to today. He's basically the god of recording like power metal, Sasha Path. Everybody uses him. So yeah, so that's what I got. But again, I can't recommend this enough. If you want like power metal, I don't even know how you'd
Nice.
find it nowadays. You'd have to probably get a copy from Europe, but it's just brilliant songwriting. Everything's catchy as hell.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I like that cover. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a cool cover.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Okay, so there's a couple of items that I just recently found out. So Megadeth apparently are going into a partnership with Frontiers Records. They're gonna be releasing their latest album coming out under the new imprint that they're forming with Frontiers. So that should be kind of interesting. The point of the imprint is it's supposed to be producing music that is kind of bold and pushes the boundaries of heavy metal. But I don't know if Megadeth does that nowadays, but that's just the way that it's being termed. And so Dave was talking about the new record, and he's talking about Timo, the new guitarist, and he basically says that this guy is the real deal, and he's now made Megadeth a band again. So I'm
He
assuming
says
that
that every time.
I know he does, I know, but I think he's personally slagging Kiko because I know
Kiko, yeah.
they're not on good terms. He did say though that he did go on and say that he thanked Kiko for introducing Timo to the band, and he was saying that Timo is going to be like really really in on the songwriting and yada yada. You know, Dave, yada yada yada. It's all the same shit coming
Yeah.
out of his mouth. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. And then the other news item that Billy mentioned, and that was Testament. Of course, they're going to be going on a mini tour as well around the same time that Exodus is. This is in support of the 35th anniversary to Practice What You Preach, one of my favorite Testament albums ever. These dates start April 30th and they run right into May 25th. So it's 15 dates in the States only, which is kind of shitty. I think they're calling it an evening with Testament. So
Yeah.
that should be pretty cool. I wish it was coming here.
But Ken, it's got to be a phase 1, right? There'll be a phase 2 and a phase 3 right
That's
after.
what I think.
Yeah. While I was reading about it, they didn't mention it, but you're probably right, Billy. I'm assuming it will be.
Yeah.
You're right.
I bet they're testing the waters. Like, you think about it, you do say 15 dates to see what what the reception's like.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, I'm
true.
sure they'll always sell, but
Oh yeah,
the one thing they're actually playing that album from beginning to end.
oh
Every
that
song.
would be wicked.
So that might be what's worrying them, right? Maybe
Yeah.
that won't draw as much. I don't know. I mean, that's why I would go, just because they're
me
playing
too.
every song.
Yeah, me too. I would love to. I would love to go. But I
But
mean,
also too, I mean, there's such competition out there, and Testament's been through like Toronto, what, 3 times in the last 2 years, or at least
yeah, something like
twice.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've been touring nonstop, right?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
probably hitting every city equally multiple times.
That's
Yeah,
true.
If there's a money to be made, Testament know how to do it.
Yeah.
They
That's
do.
what you got to be like.
and the new album is coming out later in the summer. So I mean,
Nice.
they'll be out on the tour cycle with that as well, most likely, when it does finally come out. So, but yeah, that's a cool tour. I wish I could see it. I would love
Yeah,
to
me
go.
too.
I would love to go to that. It's like it's my favorite album. They're gonna play every song. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
The more I think about it, that Jim mentioned that this might be a trial, right?
Yeah.
To see, like, obviously the last tour they played they've been playing, like, all the songs from the first two albums.
Yeah.
That's right.
But those are proven classics, right? You do get, although I think all three of us love
Practice.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of fans that complain, like, starting with that album.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I love that album.
The amount of times I see that ranked at the bottom of rankings by, like, diehard, but it's the people who only, like, want the super heavy stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, like the first two albums, basically.
yeah, like their first two albums is their number 1 and 2, and that never comes close.
That's insane. That album is so good.
Yeah.
It's so damn good. I can't. I can't.
Billy, so Heaven's Gate is $45 used on Amazon.
Woo.
Okay.
Per CD.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I've been searching for the vinyl since the 90s and no luck. I know there's some in Europe, but I always try to find it when I go out there and never do.
$45. Wow.
It's all out of print. It's never been reprinted.
Yeah, usually when it's out of print, everything. Like good luck finding a copy of Cold Lake. I know Jim was looking for that before.
Yeah. And there's another one, a 1-disc version that's $95 used.
Well, that's the one I showed. That's the original.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's never been printed again after that.
Yeah.
Well, that would be worth getting.
You're making me want it.
Yeah. Spend
$100 to it online. I think you'll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Wicked.